This brings us to learning objective 2, enumerate following for the $corp domain, ACL for the domain admins group, and ACLs where student X has interesting permissions. Let me actually show you just one thing here, how we can enumerate ACLs from the command line, because that is something you should still know. I keep going back to trivia and out of the course discussions, probably because I'm getting old. So, but yeah, why I would always like to avoid C2s, specifically in the intro classes, is because I've seen really good security engineers and budding security professionals uh, becoming very average because they relied a lot on, let's say, Metasploit, Burp Suite, a very good tool. Burp Suite is probably the one of the best tools that we have, but I've seen people getting so dependent on tools that they stop looking at techniques. All they know is running a tool. All right. And that is why when red teamers say that we are more innovative, we as someone commented, we work with what we got because we are not dependent on tools. Blue teams sometimes, a lot of times, because they have enterprise grade tools, they get dependent on tools. And that is what I've seen a lot of times. I saw earlier it with Metasploit, Burp Suite. Now you will see that with C2, for example, Cobalt Strike. Once again, no hate, that is a fantastic tool. But when, for example, we are hiring, when I interview people, for a lot of them, red teaming means the ability to run Cobalt Strike. A lot of people think that. So that is why there is no C2 here in the class, and that is why I'm going to show you still, even if we have Bloodhound, how we can enumerate everything from the command line. Nothing special. We still need a tool, right? We are not going to run individual LDAP queries. I'm a 90s kid and 2000s hacker. So probably if you talk to someone who is 80s kid and a 90s hacker, they would say that, okay, even this is tool dependency. Let me write you LDAP queries. So okay, we load Power View here. So what we are going to do is, okay, I'm not sure what happened here. Let me try it again quickly. Okay, yeah, that was just that partial session. I'm glad that I faced that. So whenever you face problems like this in the lab, just try from a new session, or just log off and log on from the machine. Specifically later on when we would be injecting tickets, Windows does not take that very well. If you're injecting tickets, a lot of times your current session would be messed up. You have to log off and log in again. So this is the ACL, and each of these entry is an ACE. How do you read it from the command line? Everything here is interesting, but three things, in this single entry, three things you need to focus on. Object DN is the distinguished name of the object. So the way you read it is security identifier has Active Directory rights on object DN. That is S1518, which is a well-known read for system. System has generic all on domain admins. System has full control on domain admins. Recall, that was the entry that we saw in the GUI as well. That is how you read ACLs from the command line.